Hey guys, I'm Marianne.
I'm MG.
I'm Lies.
I'm Belle. I'm Rhea.
And welcome to Kilig
Kilig
Kilig Explained.
Explained!
Here in Kilig Explained, we'll be talking about kilig by reacting to 3 movie scenes na talaga namang magpapakilig sa atin. But before every scene, we'll show a question that we should be able to answer at the end of each scene. So, ladies, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then here Ow! So moving, nakakakilig siya at nakakaiyak.
I know, sobrang nakakalig how Captain Ree just genuinely wills the good of Sari.
Yes, and it's amazing how they were able to show their love concretely for one another, even though they're physically distant.
I agree. You know how Captain Ree made sure na Sari will have food and that she knows how to cook, but by the time that he goes to North Korea. I think I'll also cry if someone does that for me. Grabe, wala talagang tatalo sa love in deeds.
Yes, it's so good to see dramas like this, no? They show what real love is. It's a 5-5 for me, actually. I want a Captain Ree in my life too. Someone who gives himself in this way.
Oh, wait, that reminds me of what St. John Paul said. Diba he said, love as, he defined love as not merely a feeling, but an act of will that consists of preferring in a constant manner the good of others to the good of oneself. So sometimes this phrase seems to be nosebleed, but when I saw that movie, like, wow, this is it. Ito talaga yun.
Wow! Sobrang sakto actually.
Yes, ako naman super kinilig ako doon sa kung gaano katotoo yung feeling na when you're distanced from the people you love, like now in this pandemic, those little things that remind us of them becomes more important kasi we can be with them. So it's like the closest that we can get to them, so we make sure to take care of it. And if we think about it, if we can value those simple material remembrances from them, how much more important is the actual person, di ba?
Girl, super agree. It also makes me think na, if those small things we own suddenly have value, what more our bodies, right?
Yeah, think of it also. I think those small things Captain Ree prepared, they're like there to show Sari that he will be there with her through all those loving deeds. Kilig!
Yeah.
We now have the second movie. Our second movie is this one.
Thank your father for me.
What does she mean? Your father's been trying to reach you. He's gonna pay for private home care. Thank you.
There it is. Come here. Come look. Come here, come look, quick.
Wow, that is cool. Do you love me?
do something for me then?
Anything.
Will you marry me?
This is my all-time favorite movie.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched this movie, pero kilig pa din. The values I get from this never gets old. What's so great about this movie is definitely how Landon's relationship to Jamie really transformed him. His relationship with his dad and even his friends who are not even that good in the beginning.
Yes, and really, no man is an island, no? Because we're made for this level of communion. It's amazing how their mutual love shows how much of a gift they are to each other. For Jamie, Landon is her angel to help her get through her sickness, while for Landon, he became a better person so he can love Jamie wholeheartedly in sickness and in health. And like what you said, Belle, because of the love they have for each other, it overflowed towards the broken relationships of Landon, and in the end, it all came together in unity.
Yeah, it's beautiful and it's real love, no? So even when there's no Kilig anymore, and Landon knows that it will only hurt him to watch Jamie suffer in her sickness and even watch her die, he still stayed by her side and took care of her and made a telescope for her and even married her. So love is really more than just the good feelings, right? Although this could be raw materials to build love.
Yeah, again, true love indeed. And the level of sacrifice that Landon was willing to do for Jamie, God, is so incredible. And not just him, but also his dad, which really shows the same sacrifice because of love. And I was super touched by what his dad did for him and Jamie. It really shows that the gift of love is not just, limited to romantic relationships, but also within families. And I think this scene clearly shows that we are gifts to each other.
So true. Especially with the dad scene, I can't help but see how much we're made to love and for love. Because even if Landon and his dad were not in good terms, what mended the fight was the dad expressing his love and care for his son and Jamie.
Okay. And last but not the least, let's watch the third movie. So here we go, ladies.
Organic.
Yes, we can do
Ayan
this.
na,
Ayan,
si
ito.
Jungwon.
Oh my God. Ay, kilig na ako agad. Ayan.
아, 아저씨! 아, 진짜!
Only fools rush and I ain't falling in love. Men say only fools rush
Yeah, that was just a wow. So much love Jungwon has for Doksun, right? Like, my nakapag-antay pa every morning for her. Then yung sa bus, guys, so kilig. Who has fallen head over heels in love with a protector, di ba? Protector of turbulent bus rides like Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, kahit na unrequited love yung kay Junwan, you'll see that that kind of love, kahit na mahirapan siya, okay lang. Walang hinihiling na kapalit. Sabi nga nila, don't be afraid when love demands for a sacrifice because that's real love.
And he used to have everything since RK siya. Then now, he's on the move naman to do something for someone else. Anything for minamahal. Salute to you, you're the man. Definitely love and deeds, no? Small acts of love are really something. As Saint Josemaria taught us, do everything for love. Way, there are no little things, everything is big. Very relatable.
Nice one. And sometimes it can really be funny too. This is one of the scenes na really reminds me that little things do matter, but also how Jung-won steps up to do the role he sees na he must do, which is to prevent her from falling, and not just falling, but falling from other guys or to other guys and just anyone around her. It really shows how our bodies really reveal what's inside our hearts and minds.
Yeah, and whatever stage you are in a relationship, this would be always nice to practice, right? Giving the love real, especially through generosity, which makes this scene super nakakakilig. Even without saying anything, Doksan was smiling kasi she appreciates what effort Jungwon was doing for her. And the same for Jungwon, who was so willing to make that level of sacrifice, which for sure they saw from each other's actions and bodies.
So, we're sure guys na kinilig din kayo sa mga clips na napanood natin. Now, we will try to explain the whys behind our kilig through the TOB lens.
Yay!
Why do we feel so good, so happy, so full whenever someone shows an act of love to us? Not only in romance, but also in our relationships with friends and family. Why is this the case for everybody?
Let us also our natural inclination to long for genuine love, to finally find the one. Even little girls dream about having Prince Charming, right? And if this is how we're wired, it must tell us something about our identity.
And these questions about our humanity have been contemplated by Saint John Paul II in the Theology of the Body.
And this kilig feeling that we all do have is very much rooted in the truth that we are made for love. We human beings are called to give and receive love.
Why do we feel kilig? We are made for love. Love is what all people seek. Man cannot live without love. He remains a being that is incomprehensible for himself. His life is senseless if love is not revealed to him, if he does not encounter love, if he does not experience love. St. John Paul II. Isn't it that when we experience the opposite or absence of love, we feel hurt, angry, or disappointed? It's because the only proper way to treat a person is love. A person's rightful due is to be treated as an object of love, not as an object for use. St. John Paul II. Why are we called for love? We are made in the image and likeness of God. Wait a minute. In what ways are we similar to God? Is it only in our soul? In our capacity to think and to decide? In our openness to the supernatural? Yes, but there's more. Remember first book of John chapter 4 verse 8? God is love. And God willed that we be similar to Him in our ability to love. When God said that Adam and Eve were made in His image and likeness, one thing this meant was that they were designed for love. and it is through our bodies that we love and serve the others. Our bodies reveal God, although we cannot see God. Our bodies reveal many truths about Him. Just as a sacrament makes a spiritual reality visible, the body makes our call to love visible. Our bodies point us to the meaning of life. This is what John Paul II refers to as the sacramentality of the body. The body, in fact, and only the body, is capable of making visible what is invisible, the spiritual and the divine. It has been created to transfer into the visible reality of the world the mystery hidden from eternity in God, and thus to be a sign of it. As a person with a body and soul, made in the image and likeness of God, we find the meaning of life through finding out what it means to image God and what our bodies have to do with it. We are made for love, but what is love? To love is to be a gift. When love is present, it's never in isolation. There must be a lover and a beloved and love between them. There must be a communion of persons, united in love. A communion of persons occurs when two people freely give themselves to each other and accept one another in love. In fact, true love consists precisely in this mutual self-gift. After God created man and woman in His own image and likeness, He gave them His first command: be fruitful and multiply. Their union was a life-giving exchange of love. In the case of God, there is the Father, the Son, and the fire of love between them, which is the Holy Spirit. As a communion of persons, God created humans to participate in His love in heaven and on earth. Giving the sincere gift to one another creates a communion of persons through which we share God's love. The human body includes right from the beginning the capacity of expressing love, that love in which the person becomes a gift, and by means of this gift, fulfills the meaning of his being and existence. But our gift of self comes in all forms. It's not limited to the fruitful love between a man and a woman. It can range from the littlest acts of service to the great sacrifices we try to endure for the good of the others. True love has a very clear characteristic. It's a gift of self and does not seek selfish satisfaction. It's founded on sacrifice and expressed in deeds of service.
And that's our Kilig
Explained!
Thanks for watching and see you again. And watch out for the Kilig Explained Part 2. Bye-bye. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.